Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about some code words that a lot of narcissists use. And if you hear these words, you could be dealing with a narcissist, all right? Because these are very common words that narcissists love to say, or common sayings they love to say. So I'm going to give you 10 of them. I may go over a little bit, but let me get started. Number one, what a lot of narcissists will say to you is they automatically call you crazy when you confront them about something. They'll say, "You're crazy," and then they'll just walk out, all right? The normal person doesn't sit there and call somebody crazy when they bring something up to them or they disagree with them, okay? But a narcissist does, and it's part of gaslighting. So if they call you crazy, that's a red flag, all right? Because automatically what they're trying to do is trying to make you question your mental state, and they're gaslighting you to confuse you so you think there's something wrong with you so that they don't have to take the shame or take the blame for something. They're deflecting. They're deflecting off them and putting on you. So narcissists love to use the word crazy, okay? What's another code word or phrase that narcissists commonly use? They say things like, "I didn't say that," all right? This will confuse you, all right? Because now you're going to think back and you're going to say, did they say that? Did they not say that? That's why, again, you guys, I always talk about you got to be focused. So that also is another form of gaslighting. They'll say, "I didn't say that," or "it didn't happen like that," or "I don't remember," all right? All of this is gaslighting. So once you know you're gaslighting, you're going to be able to spot that you're dealing with a toxic person, because this is like code phrases that they do. "I didn't do that. I didn't say that," and then they're trying to make you question what you saw, what's truth, and what's reality. What are other code words that narcissists use? Well, nobody calls you sensitive more than a narcissist who's very sensitive. So they're always going to, again, this is more gaslighting. They're always going to call you sensitive, all right? "Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, I can't say anything to you. Oh, I didn't say anything to you because of the way you get, because you're so sensitive. You're so sensitive." So again, if they start to call you sensitive, that's a very, very common word that a lot of narcissists use. Again, it's gaslighting to make you think that, you're taking things to heart, you're making a big deal out of things. Next, what's another code word? Okay, you guys are going to love this one. Drama, all right? A lot of times you'll meet a narcissist, and this is where a lot of narcissists tell on themselves too. They'll say something like, "Just so you know, I don't do drama," okay? If they even say something like that, then guess what? They're talking about themselves. They're all about the drama. And one of the code words that narcissists love to use is the word drama. They say, "I don't do drama," okay? "I don't do drama," all right? Or they switch it up, they do projection, and they put on you and say, "You know what? You just love the drama. You just love drama." They're talking about themselves again. The narcissist is telling on themselves. So if they even say, talk about drama or anything like that, "Listen, I don't do drama," you already know that they're going to be about drama. All right. Those are code words that narcissists love to use. "You're crazy. I didn't say that. You're sensitive. I don't do drama." All right. What's another thing that narcissists in general, code words they like to use? They'll say something like, "I was only kidding. Oh my goodness, I was only kidding. I was only joking." This is so common for a narcissist to say this. And let's say they gave you a sarcastic remark and you say something to them like, "What do you mean by that? You just gave me like a backhanded compliment, or you put me down or something." And they'll say, "I was only kidding. I was only joking. Oh my gosh, look at how you get." Those are code words. They'll say, I'm kidding, I'm joking, but they're not kidding and joking, because the narcissist knows that it was meant the intent was to slight you. It was not a joke. Anything that kind of puts you down any which way is not a joke. All right. So they're going to try to mask it by saying, I was just kidding. I was just joking. All right. What's another thing that, and then they'll go on to say you're sensitive, okay? So all of these are code words that narcissists love to use. They say you're crazy. They say you're sensitive. They say, I didn't say that. Or I was kidding. Oh, you love the drama. Oh, you're all about the drama, okay? Another phrase that narcissists love to say is, they love to say, you love to fight. You know what? You just love to fight. And you don't love to fight. You're just trying to make the person accountable, all right? Or you're trying to be able to tell somebody how you feel. See, narcissists automatically, will twist it. And every time you try to convey your feelings, they'll twist it around and make it like, well, you're fighting with them. Oh, you just love to fight. Oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go again. You just love to fight. No, I don't love to fight, but I should be allowed to express my feelings without you, coming at me and saying that I love to fight. But see, this again, you guys, recognize your gaslighting. That's gaslighting, to confuse you and make you feel like every time you have to bring up something, that there's something wrong with you. Oh, that's you just trying to fight. When it's not you trying to fight, it's you expressing a feeling. And you should be able to express a feeling to whether it's somebody close to you, a partner, a family member, a coworker, whatever it is, without them always saying, oh, you just love to fight. You just love to fight. No, I don't love to fight. You just love to deflect and say, I love to fight. Okay? See, this is how they love to twist it around. And again, this is all part of gaslighting, all right? And they also switch it up too. And they could say something to you. And a lot of times they'll do this in the beginning of a relationship. They'll say things like, I don't like to fight. I'm not about fighting. I'm not about all this, blah, 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 blah. When in effect, they do love to fight, okay? And some of them fight overtly with yelling and screaming. And some of them are like covert narcissists, where they fight by silent treatment, stonewalling you, passive-aggressive behavior, all of that, right? More code words from the narcissist would be, okay, narcissists love to say something like this. They say, you're so negative, all right? They love that. That's, again, you guys, when they say something like that to you, covert narcissists do this all the time, and it's passive aggressive. They'll say something like, you know what, you're so negative. Or they'll go around and tell people, you're so negative, you're so negative. All right? Because again, you're not allowed to convey your feelings without being, labeled as negative, about drama or something. No, you're not negative. You're just trying to get somebody to take accountability or to own something. All right. That doesn't make somebody negative. All right. Or you're speaking the truth. That doesn't make somebody negative. That makes somebody just conveying their feelings, and their feelings should be respected. But see, narcissists don't respect people's feelings. They don't care about people's feelings. So they're going to come out with these type of sayings. You're crazy. I didn't say that. I was kidding. You're so sensitive. You love drama. I don't like to fight. Here's another one that they love to say, all right? Okay, this is something that is you wouldn't know this unless you were really in the game, all right? And I was in the game, and a lot of them used to say this. These are code words that they do. They'll say something like, I'm not like these other guys. I'm not like these other gals. If you hear that, you better run for the hills. You better run for the hills. This is such a common phrase by a narcissist. I'm not like these other guys. Or if it's a female, I'm not like these other women. All right. This is, again, to try to fool you into thinking they're different. They're what you've been looking for. They're your soulmate. They're trying to differentiate themselves from everybody else so that you think that they're special and that you trust them, okay? So this is all game. When they say something like that, they are running game on you. This is game. I'm giving you game. When they say something like, just so you know, I'm not like these other guys, or I'm not like these other women. If you hear that, you better run, okay? You better block that person, delete that person, because that person is running game on you, all right? This is what they say. The other code word that they say, all right, and this is common, everybody knows this, they love to say you have mental issues, all right? Nobody loves to say you have mental issues more than a narcissist, especially a covert narcissist. So if they start to get into the mental card with you and they start to say something like, there's something wrong with you, or, I really think you need to talk to somebody, or, I think you have bipolar or something like that. If they start to get into anything with the mental issues, when you are speaking the truth or you're trying to get them accountable, 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a narcissist who's trying to put that seed of doubt in you that you have mental issues. Okay? Why? Because what better way to get out of taking accountability and facing shame than to call you crazy and say you have mental issues? There's your narcissist, all right? They're going to use the mental card. Don't fall for it. They're going to try to use it with other people. They're going to try to character assassinate you to friends, family, outsiders, and make everybody think you have the mental card. This is the way they will get you. They will ruin your reputation, ruin your character, so that nobody believes anything that comes out of your mouth. They're afraid you're going to expose them, all right? So they love to use the mental card. So if they say anything with regard to you need therapy, all right? Narcissists love to say you need therapy. No, again, they're projecting. They're the ones who need therapy, okay? Another code word that narcissists love to say, or rather, phrase rather, they love to say, you're cheating on me. Always accusations of cheating. And meanwhile, you haven't given them one reason to think that you're cheating on them. And guess what? That's because you're not cheating on them. But they are so paranoid, they're automatically going to think you're cheating on them. And they want to think that you're cheating on them so that they could feel justified in cheating on you. So if they are always accusing you of cheating, oh, you're cheating on me. Oh, I know you're cheating on me. Oh, I saw you on your phone. You're cheating on me. Oh, you weren't at your mother's. You're cheating on me. You're inboxing people. If they start with all of that, they're talking about themselves. This is how narcissists talk about themselves. And, again, these are all code words when they start accusing you of cheating and you have given them absolutely no reason to think that you have cheated on them. All right. The other thing, I'm going to bring one more into this, all right? I might even make this into a 2-part podcast because I have I wrote all these things down, right? And I don't know if I could fit it all into one podcast, so maybe I'm going to make a part 2 of this. But another code word that they love to say, or phrase they love to say, is let's move on from here. You're not solving the problem. You're not facing the problem. If you can't face the problem, you can't solve the problem. So they love to say, let's move on to here, or stop bringing up the past. Narcissists they don't want to hear about the past. Could be yesterday too, by the way. Okay. They'll say, oh, stop bringing up the past. Meanwhile, it happened like 2 days ago. All right. Well, you have to resolve conflict. Because if you don't resolve conflict, it's just going to simmer. It's going to cause resentment. It's going to cause bitterness, and it's going to explode down the road. All right? Because it's like you're sweeping things under the rug, and it's just going to, it's like a fire under a rug. It's going to smolder till it bursts up in flames. So, but narcissists don't care about that. They would just want to sweep everything under the rug, especially the covert narcissists. They love to sweep things under the rug because they don't want to take that shame or take that accountability. So a common phrase they'll say is, let's move on from here, or stop bringing up the past. All right. I'm looking to see the other thing too. Another phrase they'll say, I'm throwing another one in here for you guys, is they'll always try to make you out to be the problem. So they'll say something like, you know what? There's always something with you, all right? Everything with you is a problem. This is how the narcissist wants to, look at you. Everything with you is a problem. So this is a common phrase that a lot of narcissists will say. Everything with you is a problem, or you have a problem with everybody, all right? You may have had a problem with someone else, and they're going to use that to triangulate and say, you have a problem with everybody, all right? This is the way they justify their argument. Covert narcissists love to triangulate to justify their argument, and they say this all the time. So, everything with you is a problem. You have a problem with everybody. No, I just have a problem with you because you're not taking accountability. That's the truth. And that's why you got to stay focused in your truth and not let these people mind fuck you, all right? Because just because you may have had a problem with someone else, which is justified for having a problem with somebody else, doesn't mean that something's wrong with you when you're calling out the narcissist for something they did wrong. But narcissists, this is how they gaslight, another form of gaslighting, to confuse you and make you think that you have a problem every time you try to make them accountable. No, it's just stay focused. Remember what I always say, stay focused. It's just that narcissist is not, they're not taking the accountability. That's what's going on. So they're going to put that seed of doubt in your mind that you have a problem with everything. And what's that going to do? That's going to make you doubt yourself. That's going to make you question next time you want to bring something up. Okay, this is how they put that cognitive dissonance in your mind and make you doubt yourself and think that there's something wrong with you. No, there's nothing the fuck wrong with you if you're talking the truth, all right? And yes, I'm going to curse because I'm passionate and I'm expressing myself, all right? So there's nothing wrong with you if you're speaking the truth. If they can't acknowledge the truth and they start with any of these phrases, boom, baby, you're dealing with a toxic person. And 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a narcissist who's either gaslighting you, projecting, and trying to deflect the blame and shame back onto you, okay? So you got to be able to recognize these mind tricks. All right. I'm trying to explain it to you guys so that you don't become a victim of this nonsense and you start doubting yourself. You got to understand something. You're dealing with a demon. You're dealing with a snake. You're dealing with somebody who twists their words in order to win the objective. And their objective is to be right and to make you wrong. So you've got to understand the game, understand the gaslighting, understand the projection. And trust me when I tell you, you will destroy these narcissists, okay? You will destroy these narcissists because you will be able to spot exactly what they're trying to do to you, all right? So you've got to educate yourself. Go listen to my podcasts, all right? I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to make people, help them to sharpen their brains so that they will know when they are around a toxic person and they will know how to handle them. And they will realize that they are not the problem. The problem is that they've dealt with a toxic person, okay? So you are not crazy, all right? Once you understand narcissism and you understand the mind games and the mind tricks that they play, you're going to say to yourself, not today, Satan. I'm not crazy, all right? You're not going to do this to me. I see the game that you're playing, all right? So these, you guys, are the code words or code phrases that narcissists use to trick you into thinking there's something wrong with you. Don't take the bait. Don't believe it. Know who the fuck you are. All right. So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, you're confused what kind of narcissist they are, and you need clarity, check out the link in the bio if you want one-on-one confidential phone coaching. Also, you guys, you can check out my YouTube. I lay it down over there. I covered almost everything on narcissism. You'll pretty much find what you're looking for. I think I covered almost everything. So check it out at the Game Exposed podcast and do a search on my channel for, whatever you're looking for, discard, manipulation, triangulation, how they manipulate, what they do when they lose control. Go check out my YouTube. It's all on there. Also, TikTok is The Game Exposed, and IG, Instagram is The Game EXP123. And have a great day, you guys.